I feel like I've told every audience of mine, but I have not told YouTube about what's happened. So this will go to YouTube after. But for now, and if you have seen yesterday's chat with Curtis King, you know a lot of this. But I'm gonna basically just start it off from the beginning at the top of the list. Okay, so here it is. I, Raheem Jarbo Megaran, am now officially Grammy nominated. And that is insane to say. But I am very, very speechless, I will just say, because this journey has been insane. And it's now been 1 week since your boy has been Grammy nominated. So I can't, I think people be like, well, you know, how'd you know? How'd you know this is going to, you're like, what is this? What's going on? So I'll tell you what I know. As you know, I went on a cruise last week for my anniversary, but because of the way our vacation days were set up, we had to do the cruise before the anniversary, and we would come back on the day of the anniversary, which is November 7th. November 7th was also the day that they would announce the Grammy nominees. 9 a.m. Pacific time. You just had to be on and ready and watching a live stream. I watched the live stream, and I still somehow missed it because there were several live streams that would show different categories, fields, and yada, yada, yada. So the exact field that we were in is Best Children's Album. But it's in, well, that's the category. But the field is also contains audiobook, music's written for visual media. So like songs for movie soundtracks, also video game soundtracks, things like that. Comedy album, and a bunch of other things are in that field. So it's not with the majors, which is, you know, album of the year, record of the year, best new artist, rap album, you know, stuff like that. So even as everywhere I exist, I am in a niche world. So I just go from one niche to another. I'm like, if you pronounced it differently, I'd be Niche James instead of Rick James. I don't know, man. I'm just everywhere. So that's me. We'll think of some clever pun with niche. Niche. I'm nouveau niche. That's it. I'm new and I'm niche. Anyway, did this album, you may know, Buddy's Magic Treehouse. It came out in late June of 2025. We've been pushing this album. I've been so proud of it. I love it. This is my second official children's release. And when you believe in something, man, they tell you like really to go for it, man. Like, and for me, going for it, like, what does that even mean? But it means doing what you got to do to put these songs and releases in the faces of the people who make the decisions, which are voters. So one thing you need to know about Grammys is that Grammys are voted on by other musicians. It's the only, and they say this a lot, it's the only peer voted award in music. So when you see the Billboard Music Awards and the American Music Awards, those are not decided by your peers. Those are decided by people who are not musicians, most part. So the Grammys are the only one where actual musicians have to go in and vote for their peers. Now, granted, with peer-driven voting, it weeds out like the importance of what sells the most. But it also leads to relationships that have to happen. You know, just not even going to lie about that. You got to be in front of the people to make something happen. So you got to put your record in front of musicians because musicians aren't fans. Fans, and I don't even like to use that word. You guys are family. You're not fans. But like, I can put something up on Kickstarter to reach my fans, my family, my supporters. Facebook to fans and supporters. X or Insta to those people. But to reach actual musicians, you got to work with musicians. You got to talk to musicians. You got to be where musicians are, which are usually smoky clubs with 3 fans in there. Nah. But for the most part, we started this journey in 2023. So if you guys remember Buddy's Magic Treehouse, I put it out. And then some of my friends were like, this is a very special album. And I was like, I know, man, it is special because it's special to me, you know? And they're like, no, really, like, I think you got something. Like, this is one of the, you know, more impressive children's pieces I've heard. Like, people who have had won Grammys, who have been in these conversations, were saying that to me. And so you get 1, 2, 3 people saying this, you start to be like, maybe they're not just blowing smoke. Like, musicians don't really like a lot of other people's music. They put themselves in a position where they're like, it's all right. You know, most of the time, musicians, I wonder if it's like that with wrestlers. I have no idea, where it's like, yeah, good work. But they're secretly thinking how they're better and they deserve whatever you have accomplished. But yeah, I spent a lot of my early career like performing for people in bars for 10 to 12 people, and 7 of them being rappers and the other 2 being rappers' girlfriends. And so it's definitely been a climb, and I'm still climbing, man. Like, I haven't made it, but I will say this is probably the biggest moment that I've been able to make happen with all the great moments I've had. Like, I'd have to sit here and run down the list of Mega Ran accomplishments and see where this ranks to me. I can't even say, because there are several ways to be Grammy nominated. I will say that you can work on a Grammy nominated album. You can play horns. You can rap on a Grammy nominated album. You don't become a Grammy winner when you do that. You become a person who performing on a Grammy nominated album. So this means a whole lot, man, because you can get these great certificates when you rap or sing or play instruments on an album that gets nominated. But only one person, one human being, in this particular case, because it's a Mega Ran album, only one person becomes the actual Grammy nominee, and that is the name of the artist that is on the Grammy nominated album. So if you're a producer on that album, you produced on a Grammy nominated album. You didn't necessarily win a Grammy. But if you win the Grammy, it's weird. If you win the Grammy, you are then a winner, but you are still not a nominee, which is also strange. But anyway, I could sit here and run them down, like what I used to put on all of my like bios and things like that, and how of course Grammy has to now go on the top of that. But like, for those of you who don't know, I'm Mega Ran, the first rapper ever licensed by a major gaming company. Pretty sweet flex. I am also a top 5 Billboard charting artist 2 times. I'm also a top 100 charting Billboard artist 7 times, maybe 8 with the new record. I'm not sure. I have music and video games that have sold over 3 million copies. I'm talking about Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 11, and most recently Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I have performed entrance themes for top stars in All Elite Wrestling and World Wrestling Entertainment. And prior to everything that has happened over the last 7 days, Guinness World Record holder would have been the top of my resume list, which is still pretty dang high. I'm not gonna lie. Now it has to take a backseat, and now that this has happened, I can tell you that as cool as the Guinness World Record is, because it's right over there, it's on my wall. It is it's got a couple caveats to it. One, it's a record that has a number attached to it, which means that if somebody decides to write 130 songs about Pokemon, which really could happen, it might have happened. Somebody called Cam Steady because he might have done that. It's a number award, which means that it could be chopped, it could be taken down. Somebody could be working on it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a number. It's not like, yo, here's what are records that can never be broken? Like the world's tallest man or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. You know, it's like, all right, tallest man isn't something that somebody can set out to break. You're just a tall behind dude. That's all. You know what I'm saying? So it's a record with a number. So, and it's also a very niche. There I am. I'm nouveau niche record, because it is almost something they made up for me. Like, I don't know if they put this record in prior to me or after me, but it's very niche. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, the guy at the Guinness World Records called me up or emailed me. I like call for effect. He's like, "Hey man, how many songs do you have about Mega Man?" And I was like, "How long you got? Let me go count." And then I went back and counted, and then I was like, "Right now it's about 130." And he's like, "Whoa, that's a super record." And I was like, "Really? Did you go and ask some other guy how many songs he had about Sonic?" You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I am very curious how that went down and how he was able to sell that to the people at the magazine. But anyway, it worked. And therefore that's something like that is, while incredibly humbling and an awesome flex. I will pop the collar on that. But the Grammy nomination that I received for Best Children's Album can never be erased. It can never be taken away. That Mega Ran is a nominee at the 68th Annual Grammy Awards. And so therefore, this is my achievement of achievements for that reason, because it absolutely can't go anywhere. And I'm just like, man, this is unbelievably humbling, and it really feels unreal. It's been 7 days of me getting nonstop thank yous or congratulations emails and texts and messages on all my socials, and it still does not feel real. Like, this is absolutely unreal. And I'm just thankful, man. Like, I'm very grateful. There's been so many amazing people who helped to make this happen. So I'm gonna do some shout outs, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, a rapper loves a good shout out. Man, Felix Gamarano, who makes this record. Many of you know Felix. We've streamed with him before. He's just been there every step of the way. So big shouts to him. Jeff Moses, my manager Jeff, as we call him. Kyle Murdoch, you know K Murdoch. He's been there from the beginning, or dang near, producing things. My man Lost Perception, who's also been there. I mean, these are as close to day one as you can get. And it really is an awesome feeling to be able to have your day ones with you for this, man. So DJ DN3, these guys produced the record with me and Last Benevolence and Felix. And one track was like half produced by Mr. Cookie Jar, who's a new homie I met, who's really, really dope. Shout out to him. He made a great family album the year before. The featured artists on this thing are all spectacular. They're legends. 123 Andres. Or I would say, I mean, if you're going to pronounce it correctly, it's 123 Andres, which sounds much better than 123 Andres. They are an incredible family duo that lent me their time, their energy, their vocals, and really killed it, man. Fuge and RV. You know what's crazy? Fuge and RV are also nominees. So that is freaking nuts that people that are on this album are also in the category. So, like, to be able to look down the category and see your homies is pretty insane. Like, it just lets you know you're on the right track. Alphabet Rockers won the Grammy a couple years ago. I still think their record is probably the best family hip hop styled album that I've heard, and they won in, I believe, 21 or 22. So big shouts to them. Kimya Dawson, absolute legend. Thank you, Grandpa, for giving me such an incredible guest feature on such a emotional song. Why Do People Go? That's been the song that a lot of people have come back to me and said, "Oh my gosh, like, nobody's doing this in family music." Like, and I knew when I heard it, and I wrote it and performed it, and then we mixed it, and I knew, like, when I heard it and it made me cry, that's when I was like, all right, I think we got something. Uncle Jumbo appears on the record. He's a Grammy nominee as well. Did a great chorus for If You Sing a Song, which is the last song on the record. Justin Roberts is on probably my most personal, my favorite track as far as like storytelling goes. Water Plug, which is about a Philadelphia event. You know what I mean? Like something that happened for me in Philly. which was just, you heard the record, whatever. Or I hope if you haven't, then get on and listen to the record. Last Benevolence also raps on the record. Katie Gazela, who sings on both. Let me think about it. I think she is the only performing artist who has been on Toy Box and Treehouse, because I like to mix them up on purpose. But I am sad because there are people, and I won't name them because that'll make it feel weird. There are people, homies, and you know them all because they performed with me in the past. They performed with me on stage. They performed with me on Toy Box, that are not on this album. And the only reason they're not on this album is because they weren't available or something. But I really wanted them on here, and they weren't able to make it. So I'm kind of sad. There are instrumentalists that I really love that would have really put a great piece of beautifulness on it, but we're not available. So next time, got you next time. New York Brass, Danny Flam, Dean DeMarzo, who's also known as Longest Solo Ever, helped me out a lot. Danny Torgerson, Danny T, Matthew Telliard, A Trillion Guys, Michael Van Bogdam Smith, Josie Aha, the Rap Nerd played some bass. Daru Jones did some drums. Devin Ferreira did sax. Kimberly Stewart sang and played piano. DJ Action did some fickies. Christina Mitten played the very first note that you hear on the album, which is a baritone sax that comes in right at the beginning. Bass clarinet. And Devin plays the saxophone, but she plays the bass clarinet. And it's just that's the first sound you hear. So I need to go and hit her up, Christina, and let her know that she's a part of this. She backed this on Kickstarter, and the Kickstarter reward was that you would play on the album. So she didn't just play on the album. She plays the very first note on the album, which is kind of cool. You know what I mean? So remember that the next time. Remember this, y'all. The next time that one of these Kickstarters comes around, I'm not gonna promise you anything that I'm gonna win one of these things or get nominated again, but I'm gonna give it a dang sure good try. That's for sure. I'm darn tootin' gonna give it my all, and I am telling you that you could wind up on a Grammy-nominated album. You just never know. That's why it always takes or pays to be good people and to be available. You know what I'm saying? Because you just never know what could happen. A lot of you folks are, and one thing I've seen really, really, really dope things happening, and Funk Drunk mentioned it too, is that a lot of folks have been mentioning yo, I remember seeing you at this event and this time, or I remember dropping a donation for you here. I remember backing you at Kickstarter. I remember going to see you at a con where there was 10 people there. You know what I'm saying? I saw you at a club where there was nobody there. You know what I'm saying? And I always appreciate that. And it's like it never gets old to be like, yo, you were there. You were all a part of this journey, whether you dropped me $5 on the Kickstarter or you came to a show when I was, playing in your town, or you bought a ticket to your local con because I was there. All that stuff, man, it means the world. So here we are, Grammy nominated. So what that means is next, you know what we got to do. You don't come this far to come this far. And I'm going to say that again. You don't come this far to come this far. So I'm going to have to, we got to bring it home. That is it. And so here's where I need your help. There is a link that I'm putting in the chat. And if this goes to YouTube, it will be in the comments. There is a link for a brand new t-shirt that I am going to be selling to you that is golden. Gonna be golden. Hey, you know what I'm about to do just for y'all? I'm gonna cover golden. All right, here we go. I was a ghost, I was alone. Huh? Of the team, huh? Given the throne. Given the throne, take it to this way. How to believe I was the queen I was meant to be. I lived 2 lives trying to play both sides, but I couldn't find my own place. Caught a problem, child, cause I got too wild. But now that's how I'm getting paid. Something I'm done hiding. Now I'm shining like I'm born to be. We dream it hard, we came so far now. I believe we're going up, up, up. It's our moment. You know, together we're glowing. Gonna be golden. Whoa. Okay, all right, that's enough of that. But anyway, feeling really good, man. I'm feeling really, really, really good. So good that I just wanted to cover golden for y'all because we together are golden. You know what's crazy though? I know there's all types of things going on. We already won, dog. We already won. This is the what's that called? The victory lap. This is where we're very thankful. But man, the victory's already there. The victory was there when I recorded this, and I felt so special about it. When I put my all into it, the victory already happened. So from here, this is all uncharted territory, man. We can't lose. You can't lose when you already won. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to thank you. I'm going to tell you very, very clearly that the next few phases of this are going to be tough. Like, I'm going to be posting a whole lot about Grammys, and I really hope you guys don't get tired of it, because for the next 2 months, I'm on the campaign trail, baby. So I'm going to be talking about Grammys a whole lot. And if you don't like it, I understand if you got to mute me or something, but I have to literally talk about it. This might be the biggest thing that ever happened to me. So I will be finding a way to redirect everything to Grammys. So I'm gonna be like brushing my teeth and be like, yo, a Grammy nominee is brushing his teeth, y'all. Status update. So you might get tired of it. But also, there are costs associated with all the traveling I got to do, all the flyness I got to do for me and Buddy and Wifey. So that is the main reason why I put up the link to the shirt. So if you may, or if you can, if you're able to support, grab the shirt. We will ship those out before Christmas, or at least I'm gonna do my absolute best to do so. Grab 2 if you want for a friend. Thank you so much. They're never going to be on the merch table. These things are strictly for this campaign period. I will never sell them on the merch table. You have my word. You won't see them anywhere. This is just for y'all. So and I'm gonna know. That's why, like, I'll be able to, if I see you come out to a show, I'll be like, yeah, you was one of those people who helped me get here and help me hop over this hump and help me get this flight to Orlando. By the way, I'm in Orlando this Sunday. So if you are interested in coming out, and then the very next week I'll be there too. There's a quick little thing. Don't go too far for it, but I'm playing a little 30-minute set at a Grammy nominee event celebration at the Aloft downtown Orlando next Sunday at 6 p.m. This Sunday. So yeah. But yeah, when I see you out with the shirt on, I'm gonna be like, yeah, you believed. You believed. You know what I'm saying? All right. So thank you so much for being golden and supporting your boy. Yeah, let's take it to the next step. So I appreciate you. I love you. Mwah! Let's win, fam. Oh yeah, we already won. Peace. What's up, y'all? This is Mega Ran. What you just watched is a live clip from one of my Twitch streams. I do those Monday through Friday at various times. So please check them out live. It's long, but my thoughts are a little more fleshed out in them. I think they're pretty entertaining. So go to twitch.tv/Megaran and catch me every week talking about whatever comes to mind. Could be some music, could be some games, could be the day's news. Anywho, thanks so much for watching. Peace.